Hello there. As you'll know, over the last several weeks we have moved from a physical gathering church to a virtual online church. And on the 26th of May, we gathered the statistics that we could from YouTube and Facebook to learn a little bit more about how many people are engaging and how we can move forward in the future. So alongside this video, there's a spreadsheet and a report if you'd like to explore these things a bit further. So firstly, YouTube. On YouTube, a view is 30 seconds. So if you watch for 30 seconds or more, you count in our number of views. And the average watch time of our videos on YouTube is about 5 minutes, which isn't much considering that most of our videos are 20 minutes or longer. What we have learnt, as expected with physical church, is that high days and holidays have more views. So Easter, Palm Sunday, VE Day have more views than our regular Sunday services. What's interesting about YouTube is that only a third of the viewers come from Facebook or our website, which means that 2/3 of people are finding us elsewhere. Either they're subscribed on YouTube and they get a notification, they search for us, or it's in their suggested things. But an interesting statistic to keep in mind. On Facebook, things are a little bit different. A view is just 3 seconds, 3 seconds long. That's all you have to watch for. And on average, people watch our Facebook videos, for 30 seconds, just 30 seconds before they scroll on to something else. There are a few anomalies in this, which you'll notice if you look at the spreadsheet, including Ascension Day. I have no good explanations for this. It happens sometimes. So a few quick things to note. Firstly, our views are declining. That's been since the 26th of May as well as before that, but in general, the views are getting less. I don't have a clear explanation for this. Possibly the novelty has worn off. People are finding other things that work for them. We're doing Zoom church as well, so people are doing one or the other. There are lots of contributing factors to that one. Secondly, I want to say that statistics are not the whole picture. It's useful to get the numbers and to see where we're at, but we can't go further than a number with these. Actually, we all know that Christianity isn't just watching a video, it's a relationship, it's engagement, and those things we can't tell. How do we build meaningful relationships with people who are watching online? How do we make that a meaningful engagement? And then finally, I just want to say, before we move on to some conclusions, is that social media have clever algorithms, and I am in no way an expert on this, but I know they exist. And depending on when you post, how often you post, what tools you're using on social media, how popular your page or channel is, depends on how the algorithms work and how many people get to see your content. So you can use them to work in your favour. So with all of this in mind, there's a few things I think we need to think about moving forward. The first thing is the start of our videos. If people are only hanging around for 5 minutes on YouTube and 30 seconds on Facebook, then we need to make the start of our videos really engaging. We need to entice people, we need to be personable. What's going to make them stay longer than that average? What is worth that content being watched rather than scrolling onto something different? And so with that in mind, we need to think about the end as well. So for the people who do get to the end, what's the end of the video like? How do we finish it off? How do we signpost people? At the end of the service, people would normally be able to stick around for coffee. Someone would go and chat with them, but that's not possible in a service, in a video so much. So how are we signposting people at the end of the service to create those meaningful engagements? And then finally, we need to think a little bit, not just about the content, but about our schedule as well. People will come back if they know what's going on. Creating regular content of good quality is important. So perhaps we need our Sunday services, but we also need a midweek testimony and a midweek live worship session or something like that, just as an idea. But as you'll all know, things are changing so quickly, week on week, day on day sometimes. And so all of this we want to keep under constant review, and we would love your feedback as well, whether it's good or bad. How are you finding these videos, what we're doing, what we're providing, how we're helping you to engage? What can we do better? How can we make it easier for other people? And please do have a think and pray about whether you can be involved in this ministry as well. There's a lot of work that goes on behind the scenes, and just because we're not meeting physically doesn't mean that we can't serve God and we can't serve our church. So please do have a think and a pray about that, about whether you could edit videos or help coordinate our social media or whatever else. And finally, do pray for the church as we move forward in these strange times and work out what things are going to look like in the coming weeks and months. I hope to see you all soon. Bye.